Hey guys, all the products you see in this video can be found in the description down below. Hey guys, today we have the DJI Action 6, and I'll tell you my favorite thing about this in just a second. But first, some things you need to know. All right, guys, so first of all, what comes in the case? Obviously, the Action 6, two batteries, and guys, these things already last a long time, but to have two of them is awesome. A USB charger, a battery charger, which is super awesome. Guys, this is similar to one of those chargers that comes with the drones. And on the side here, guys, you can see there's little lights that light up when the batteries are fully charged, which is super cool. And then you can see the disc go on here on the inside, and you just slot them in here, and they charge right up super fast, super quick. Just with the USB, guys, this is super convenient. I really like this. And then it comes with two of these magnetic mounts with these grips, which is super awesome, as well as two screws. The nice thing about these ones is that they have improved them over the Action 5. The camera can go on both ways instead of just one way. And then perhaps my favorite accessory of all, this really nice stick. And guys, this thing is like 1.5 meters long. Like seriously, like you start pulling this out and it just keeps going. Like it doesn't end where you think it's gonna end. Like that's like almost double my height. Almost. Because I really like this stick or pull or whatever you want to call it. Because no matter what activity you're doing, whether you just want to talk to yourself like this, or if you're skiing, or you want to pop it out way along like this and have a really crazy, like far up experience, it's almost like a drone shot because you're just like, hey, up there. Um, you can get some really cool swinging shots that are just really cool for different angles. It's just a really cool accessory, guys. Guys, really like about this mount, I wasn't really sure how I felt about that. I came from a GoPro where you just attach this straight to the camera, and I was kind of, worried about how secure that would be on the mounting. And guys, since I've been using this, it's surprising and awesome how secure this is, guys. It's not going anywhere. This is not coming off whatsoever. It's super secure, and I have not missed, and I have not once missed having to unscrew this thing and then screw it onto another device. Okay, it's really nice, especially if you can get your hands on two of these things or more. You can put these on your other accessories and already have it ready to go. But guys, it's super easy. Watch this. You just take it off. It's just like that. It's super nice, and then it just clips right back on, and you're good to go. Okay, so if you have one of these, it's nice because you can just take this off, go charge it, do whatever. It's also magnetic, so you can stick this on a magnetic surface. But if you have two or three of these, it's as easy as just unclipping this, going to your other mount, and then just sticking it on that one, and now you're good to go on that mount. It's so much quicker. All right, guys, let's talk about the camera. This camera is really robust. It's super nice. I really love how the lens unscrews. So if you scratch that or damage it at all, you can just unscrew it, get a new one, put that one on there. You're good to go. It isn't like a permanent damage to the whole unit. All right, guys, I haven't removed these stickers, so I just wanted to leave them here for the review. But as you can see, it shows you how to open these doors. Okay, this is for the USB port. Basically, you're going to slide it over, then down, and that's going to open up, and then put it back together. You see those little red marks. You slide this up, and then you slide that up, and it's going to click and cover those red marks, and that's how you know it's waterproof again. Okay. Same thing over here with the battery door. You slide this forward and then up. It's going to open up. You can replace the battery, and then you can put that back up. Same thing on this one, guys. There's the little red marks. You slide that down, covers those. That's how you know it's waterproof again. Okay. Um, One thing I really like about these doors compared to other action cameras that I've had in the past is some of those doors in the past, when you have this attached to an accessory, that accessory blocks those doors and you can't get to the battery at all. On this one, even if you're attached to an accessory, you just slide it up, you're good to go. Take the battery out, put your other one in, and you're ready to go. You don't have to take it off the accessory and all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, this screen is amazing. As you can see it from here, it has a screen on the front and on the back. You can turn that off if you want on the front. If you're using it for like a dash cam, that's awesome. Be able to do that so you don't have a reflection on the window. But guys, you can change the settings on the front here or on the back, either way. And this thing has so many settings, guys. Because my favorite thing about this is just how good quality of video this takes and just the new sensor size. Coming from a photographer's point of view, not many people realize how important the sensor size is. A lot of people just look at megapixels or they look at specs and they don't realize that a bigger sensor is always better. Sometimes most of the time, a lot better than similar specs. Okay. Because we're not going to get too much into specs because we don't want to spend the whole entire video and take too long. This is just my opinion on this whole camera as a whole. But just a couple things. I really love that it has 4K at 120, 100, as well as 60, and then all the normal ones down to 30, 24, whatever. You can also do 240 at 1080p on slow motion, which is super nice. Guys, as far as the megapixels on this thing, 38 megapixels, okay? And you can turn that down and do lower quality photos. I don't know why you'd want to, but guys, 38 megapixel photos on an action camera, That is, to me, insane, because it has voice control, it has hand gestures, so you can just put it way up, and if you're skiing or something, you could do a hand gesture, you could do a voice command to get it to take the photo. You could also control it from your phone through the Mimo app. It's just very, very versatile, okay? All right, guys, let's look at some of the modes on here. We have photo, we have video, we have super night, which is just a super nice mode for night. I'm going to show you some samples right here. All right, guys, this is super night mode. I'm also using the built-in mic instead of the wireless mic, so that's how you know, so you can hear what it sounds like when you're using the built-in microphone. It's a very hazy night out here, and guys, this is just insane to me how good this technology is. I would have never expected a action camera to be this good at night, and yeah, this is just awesome. All right, guys, this is just normal recording at night, not super night mode, and you can tell there's a huge difference. The processing power of this thing is amazing on that super night mode, even though this actually looks pretty decent too in comparison to other action cameras I've had in the past. We have portrait mode, which is just going to make people look a little bit better. I don't use that too much. We have subject tracking. I'll show you that here in a second. Slow motion, and then we have time lapse and hyperlapse, which is super cool. I'll show you an example here. All right, guys, and as you can see, I have subject tracking on, so this is going to track me through the frame, and it's going to keep me nice and sharp and focused. Guys, another amazing feature is that you can attach two DJI mics to the Action 6, which is super nice, and you can hear the quality of the sound, guys. It has 32-bit floating recording, which is super nice as well, built in. And guys, you can see this is just going to follow me around, keep me in focus whatever I'm doing. It's just one of the coolest features of this camera. I really, really think it's awesome. And guys, these screens will turn off if you want them to after a certain amount of time. You can turn them to you can leave them on all the time or turn them off, saving battery and stuff like that. But you can see when I'm in screen, even when the screen's off, it'll have a green outline. If I'm off the screen and it loses me, that's going to turn red. All right, guys, as you can see, this camera, the quality is awesome. The audio is amazing. All right, guys, this is a standard view. So this is not wide angle. This is my favorite view to use for blogging or for just standard videos that I'm kind of making like this. This is natural wide. It's a little bit wider. It's good for, different sports and stuff like that, kind of like off-roading or whatnot. You can use this for anything you really want or what you prefer. Let me show you an even wider one. This is wide view. This would be better for something more action sports, maybe scuba diving, skiing, snowboarding, something like that. And then, guys, this is ultra wide. You can see that the field is way farther each direction, and it is just insanely wide. You're going to get some distortion. You're going to get distortion on any of the wider modes, but guys, it's really your preference. Sometimes you want the most immersive experience possible, whether you're skiing, scuba diving, skydiving. You want to get that large field of view. It's all personal preference on which width you do, guys, but it's awesome that it includes so many of these. And just a note, if you're using any of the stabilization like Rocksteady Plus, Horizon Balancing, or Horizon Steady, you are going to get you are going to get a bit of a crop in each of these modes. So think about those when you're adjusting for those different modes. Maybe you wouldn't normally use ultra wide, but maybe you're going to use these stabilizations, which is going to make it a little bit closer to wide. So maybe you want to think about that a little bit. All right, guys, I just want to show you how cool the stabilization on this thing is. This is unstabilized. So right now I have the pole about 3 feet long and I'm just kind of walking. I can run. Okay, that was unstabilized. Here it's stabilized with Rocksteady. Okay, so you can see it's much better. Here is Rocksteady Plus. This is horizon balancing. As you can see, I'm twisting the camera and the horizon is staying steady. It'll do that all the way to 45 degrees. And then this is horizon steady. And on this one, you can pretty much flip it and it's gonna keep this horizon steady, okay? It's pretty cool. All right, those 4 modes, guys, are super huge improvements over what I've seen on any other action camera, even other new ones in this space. All right, guys, this thing also has a variable aperture, which goes from 2 to 4. And in case you don't know what that is most of these cameras don't have a variable aperture, okay, guys. Even more expensive cameras in DJI lineups on their drones, some of them don't even have variable apertures. And guys, what a variable aperture is it's an aperture that changes, okay? And what an aperture is what it lets the light in to go hit the sensor, okay? And the smaller the number, the bigger the aperture is, okay, guys? And that lets more light in and has a bunch of different effects that it can do. We could talk about that for like an hour or two, so we're not going to. But basically, guys, if it choose like this, then a 4 would be something like that, like a hole a little bit smaller, about half the size, okay? It can help you make closer up subjects sharper. We know a lot of action cameras have problems with this. This completely fixes that issue, and it lets more light in, so you're gonna get less grain, less noise, especially at night, which is super awesome. But then during the day when it's brighter, you can make everything sharper by bringing that to 4, which is super cool. You can set that manually or you can let it do it automatically. As far as waterproofing, guys, this is waterproof down to 20 meters, which is super nice. It's like 60 feet or so. For scuba diving in shallower waters, that's amazing. If you're going to go any deeper than that, of course, get a case. And that's not going to be a problem at all. It also automatically senses when you're going under the water, and you can have it automatically start and stop recording as soon as you come back out as well, which is super nice. That way, when you're underwater, you don't have to keep pushing buttons and all that kind of stuff. You can just focus on recording and filming and doing whatever you're doing down there. Guys, the waterproof is also awesome if you're just going to be skiing, snowboarding, water skiing, wakeboarding, stuff like that as well, because you don't have to worry about it getting broken at all, and it's awesome. It's also really fun to get some really cool water shots. All right, guys, if you can see the screen right now, it has as another feature that this has is it has this feature where you can film in like different aspects ratios, basically, right? So if you're filming a video that's long form content, but you might want to crop that in later and do some Instagram reels or TikTok reels or whatever, you can see that it has that kind of form on the screen of both 16 by 9 as well as 9 by 16. So later on, you don't have to crop out data. It's just already all there on the square sensor, either 16 by 9 or 9 by 16. I'm ready for you to go, and you don't have to do multiple takes to get different angles. You can just take everything from your one shot, which is super, super cool. My favorite thing about this is the fact that it has all those stabilization things. I do a lot of off-roading, so I don't do a lot of skiing. I don't do a lot of that stuff. I do bike, but for biking and for off-roading, guys, these stabilization things, whether I'm going over rocks, through puddles, over a big bump, is just awesome to have. I also have an Osmo Pocket 3. I use it a ton for vlogging and for these kinds of videos, where I'm kind of just walking around or filming myself. But guys, for extreme action, this is definitely worth getting over the Pocket 3 or any other action camera, in my opinion, just because of how awesome it is. It also has that variable aperture, guys, which goes from 2 to 4, and that is something that has never been in an action camera. It's not in the Pocket 3, and it's not even in some of these drones like the Air 3S, which I have. Even that drone at a much higher price does not have a variable aperture, guys, and I think that is what makes this super special, is the ability to film kind of up close with these, and to change the lighting and how it focuses and all the details that gets into. Because my favorite thing about this is just you just throw this in your pocket, you're ready to go. It's not fragile. You can throw this under the water, record all kinds of cool stuff scuba diving. I love scuba diving. I do it a lot. And guys, I haven't been able to take this out yet because it just came out, scuba diving, but I'm super excited for it. And guys, this is just the versatility of it. Like I said, all these features bring this thing to overall, I think, the best action camera, and that's what makes it my favorite thing: the durability, that 2 to 4 variable aperture, as well as just having all those stabilization features. Guys, I highly recommend this product. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton. Have a good day, guys.